My favorite commentator on HBO is Harold Letterman. Harold Letterman is, you know, I love the play that's in his voice when he speaks to the fans. I feel like people don't feel hostile, even if they don't agree with his opinion, because the way that he delivers his statements across to the public. So I would definitely say Harold Letterman, and he's certainly my favorite. And then I would say Emanuel Stewart, because, Emanuel Stewart, we're talking about over 30, 40 years of just a chess master, as I see it. He studies his fighters from the standpoint of how to beat a man according to the science of boxing, the sweet science of boxing. And for that, I definitely give him number 2. I believe that the fight with Timothy Bradley facing Manny Pacquiao, I believe that that is the fight that I think the people want to see for so many reasons. The politics that were involved, the controversy that was involved. I think that that is going to be a fight that's going to go down in the books, because now you're going to see what Pacquiao's made of. I felt like this was a fight that Manny Pacquiao definitely won, just for the simple fact that he was the champion, and you don't take a fight from a champion. You get, there was a day when you fought the champion, you had to beat the champion, and everybody knows Pacquiao is the man. And for a fight to be close like that, you just simply cannot give it to Timothy Bradley. My fight with Vladimir Klitschko, it was a fight that was, it was the perfect chess match. Going into the fight, I studied, I did my homework. It was like passing the bar exam. In this instance, it was a chess match with Klitschko. This was a fight that I knew I had to come out and make the right moves. I knew I had to be patient. I knew I had to be persistent. I knew I had to put him on the clock. I knew I had to make him punch when he didn't want to punch, hold when he didn't want to hold, make him do all the things that made him uncomfortable in order to be successful in this fight. And I did, and it was very challenging to me. So from the standpoint of it being the toughest fight outside of the pain I endured with Liakovic, I certainly would say Vladimir Klitschko was the toughest fight, because he was big, he was strong. But my endurance, my training, my faith, I put all that into play, and it all paid off. I took him to the deep water, and he drowned. Harold Letterman called me last year, and just, he pretty much was just checking up on me and giving me advice, life after boxing or whatnot, because I'm sure that, he's come in contact with a lot of fighters who, after their careers, like, what do I do? What do I do? So he was the first one to come and give me advice, and I took that advice. I got a gym, and I took everything that he said. I definitely took that advice, and it's been paying off for me. There's a saying, out with the old and in with the new. And so I believe that you got fighters like Seth Mitchell coming up, and other fighters that are going to make an impact on boxing. And I think that boxing is getting back to the core, because now they're finding out it's not about how big you are, it's all about the heart, So, I think that the time was, in the eyes of the trainers, was bigger was better, because it was more marketable. And I think that people went for that for a while, It was like a fad, but it's playing out, because now you're starting to see athletes, again, around 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds. You still have guys, 240, but those guys 230 and under are the more game, and I think that the people are starting to realize that, and I think that that is starting to be, that is really like the first sign to say we're getting back on the right track, because bigger is not better. You already... I like it. Laugh, tell me. Why Lamon Brewster wants to be a commentator for HBO is because nobody knows what a fighter feels in a fight, like a fighter who's been there, a heavyweight champion, Lamon Brewster. So I feel like for me to be able to just express to people what I felt or what that guy is feeling, just by the look on his face, who can get it across better than Lamon Brewster?
Beautiful.